way down. What's up, YouTube? This is another trashy video that I'm making of working on my novel. I will be swapping over just that. Twitch going real quick. Yay, major changes to student loans in 2026. We all agree college is becoming an outdated concept. Like, we live in an information age. It's rife with information, so you can literally learn whatever you want to online. College is just the accreditation, which really work. Just do what it is that you want to be doing. Writing chapter 2 plotline. Let's change that. Drafting chapter 2. Plotline, organizing, romantasy, draft, writing, coffee shop vibes. Bam. Alright, back in OBS and start all. And there we go, Twitch, and there we go, Kick. Alright, so multi-streaming. My writing project here, got Twitch up so I can see all of you commenting. Welcome everybody, this is me working on the draft. And after, slightly, let's do a correct on that plot. This is how much I've gotten done so far this morning. This was originally 2 paragraphs, and ChatGPT helped me edit it down to 4, or edit it up to 4 to break it up more. I already feel like I need to add details to this first one and to keep it going. Fill out a little bit more information, but right now this is a draft, and the objective is just lines on a page, try to get it done. Yeah. So, having a hard time concentrating a little bit today. So I'm taking this to live streaming. Normally I would be doing it bit by bit while gaming. I'm playing Warframe or DC Universe or whatever I'm into at the moment. You know, something where I can pause and take breaks in between running missions and group content. But for right now, I'm going to try and get at least an hour of work out of me. My objective is at least an extra 1,000 words on this. I'm about to get the tea kettle going and then work on this until about noon. That's my plan. Eat lunch and then come back on and do some artwork and try and get that cover 1 done so I can finish that by Thursday. That's my objective. And really, I gotta do the cover art, I gotta try doing back cover art, I gotta try doing side cover art, like everything, so that it's ready to be published as a hard copy, as well as uploaded on Friday to KDP. So I'll be back. Mojo. Alright. So where am I at in the story? Giselle animatedly discussing her romance novel, Princess and the Centaur. Hmm. Again, that's probably going to get edited out because I don't need to repeat that detail, but I'm going to leave it for now. So I'm not adding any extra spaces. That fucks with formatting later on. Hey, what's up, Connie? How you doing? Just throwing out a dumb line from Galen here. I'm pretty good. Pretty good, I think. I'm doing okay. It's a pretty decent day, I guess. I'm a little disappointed I haven't gotten more done yet today, but we'll see how this session goes. I'm hoping having people like watch me and spy on me working keeps me self-conscious enough that I actually make progress. That's part of the reason why I stream this stuff. It's my replacement for the coffee shop or going out in public. Is the right word incredulous? Yeah, we look at synonyms and see if I know if I'm using words properly. Synonyms: skeptical, dubious, suspicious, doubtful, skeptical. Sure. So let's change this. So, the wonderful thing about drafts is you can be overly wordy. Oh, I need a centaur fact. He continued oblivious to their disdain. And yeah, that's T. Annoying, yes, but let's keep this going. All right, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. Oh, wait. Um. All right. I wonder what else can I have two of? Jocelyn said to Giselle with a blushing smile. The ladies went on discussing the Chaudhry romance novel. Ignoring any further fact checks by the I feel like I want something literary here. Any further fact checks? Something with an F. I said toe-headed prince. Does that work? Does that work? I'm gonna check language real quick. Toe-headed, meaning okay. It works. As he rambled about something equally inane. As children, I'm endlessly amused. Okay. Chapter 2, draft editing. So I pop everything I just wrote into ChatGPT, and it helped me with cleanup bit by bit. Here's a polished line edit that corrects mechanics, sharpens character beats, especially Galen and Arista, and smooths pacing without muting the humor or bite. Jocelyn smiled, leaning into every word of the tawdry description with bated interest, while Galen only sighed, his expression settling into bored indifference as his wife clung to his arm as though keeping him from wandering off. Centaurs don't like to be ridden, the youngest prince blurted, his eyes wandering over nothing in the space above them. The two ladies shot him a shared, incredulous look. He continued, oblivious to their disdain. They're not horses. They're honorable warriors with high honor. At least, that's what my books say. I've never met one. I understand they eat a lot, though, since they have 2 stomachs. I wonder what else they have 2 of, Jocelyn murmured to Giselle with a wry, blushing smile. The ladies giggled and returned to their discussion of the tawdry romance, ignoring any further fact-checks from the tow-headed prince. Arista, meanwhile, was not amused. She looked as though she ached to dive from the high balcony into the ocean below, if only so the crashing waves might crush out the sound of his senseless banter. Sensing her unease, Garrett clasped her hand, gripping his elbow, and hoped his calm might be enough to soothe them both. Garth stepped out onto the patio with long strides and a puffed chest, though his presence had already announced itself, his voice bouncing down the hall ahead of him, elevated and rambling about something equally inane. His adult children followed behind him, arm in arm, delighting in their father's boastful intellectualizing. Garth was fond of small talk. In fact, the smaller, the better. Any subject he could lord over kept him endlessly amused. C, Control V. It cuts down on words and increases spacing, which is just perfect for what I'm doing. That is a word. Oh shit. Let's see how this breaks this down. What the hell was that? Yeah. Arista caught the glance. This is so hard directing multiple characters. Like, what is the action that's most appropriate in this situation? So, what I want is Jocelyn hears her name mentioned. She looks over at Garrett. Arista catches the gaze, examines her from head to toe. Confident she was the prettier one, Arista turned back to watching Garth luster on with cold eyes. To ignore. Jocelyn returned to her tawdry talk with deflated enthusiasm. It's 154 words. Let's see what it gets cut down to. Yeah, POV transitions are tough. I was so worried about you, he went on placing hand on Garrett's shoulder. Mother and father as well. I would often see them staring out over the ocean from the castle windows as if pleading with it to return you. When we received word from Jocelyn's court that you never arrived, we were beside ourselves. At first, father joked you might have gotten cold feet, but I remember how fondly you spoke of wanting to meet her. I know that couldn't be true. Jocelyn lifted her head at this, watching Garrett's expression from the corner of her eye. Arista caught the glance and returned it, giving the princess a careful examination from head to toe. Satisfied she was the prettier of the two, Arista returned back to Garth, her gaze cool and unblinking. An assessment the large man tried desperately to ignore. Jocelyn returned to her tawdry conversation with deflated enthusiasm. Garth went on raising his jowled. That's not how you spell jowled? No. Okay. I truly feel the entire ordeal aged them in tandem with ruling the kingdom so far past their prime. Well, that's good. It's a nice, good section I got in. Let's see. I really had not planned on introducing Corvin just this soon, but it feels vital just because, I don't know, I kind of have Corvin and Garrett's relationship be more like brothers than he is to his actual brothers. There's a tight, coherent line edit that fixes grammar, smooths dialogue rhythm, clarifies power dynamics, and sharpens the contrast between Garth's performative authority and Garrett's grounded presence while preserving humor and warmth in Corvin's entrance. Garth went on, raising his chin and fixing his smile. I truly feel the entire ordeal aged them alongside ruling the kingdom so far past their prime. Now I worry this added excitement may have taken its toll. At least I am here to take the crown when Father is finally ready to abdicate. It would have been nice to have made such a transition years ago, however. Don't you think that would be best, dear brother? He tightened his grasp and gave Garrett's shoulder a firm shake. Indeed, Garrett replied, lightly brushing his hand away as he turned toward his niece and nephew. And my, how you two have grown since I've been away. Belaine, I imagine you'll be married soon. Has an arrangement been made yet? Belaine blanched, then blushed. Well, no, not yet, Garth interrupted. I haven't found an appropriate suitor, but I'm sure once I am king, they'll be banging on the castle doors for her hand. Certainly, Garrett returned evenly. And young Gregarious. My, how you've matured into a strapping young man. I imagine Dunrick has been hard on you as he was on me with the training. Gregarious smiled shyly and began to speak before Garth cut in again with a hollow chuckle. I found a mentor from outside the kingdom for him. No sense in having the boy battered by that surly dwarf the way we were. Yes, Garrett said mildly, you were never very fond of Sir Dunrick's hands-on method, were you? Firm believer in sparring, that one. Light on technique. At least I didn't have to train with an orc, Garth said, puffing out his chest. I can't imagine how you survived. Well, Corvin is only half orc, Garrett smiled warmly, and I always felt you went easy on me for being a prince. I did not. The gruff voice carried lightly from the balcony entrance. Corvin! Garrett exclaimed, his smile widening as his eyes lit up. He shook loose Arista's grasp without thinking and breezed past his brother. Arista startled for a moment, then a warm smile spread across her face as she watched Garrett clasp the half-orc's hand and pulled him into a brotherly embrace. Come, Corvin, Garrett said, tugging the armor-clad warrior from his post. There's someone I want you to meet. Why didn't you announce yourself, man? I've missed you. I am working, my lord. I should not leave my post, the green-skinned guard said, flustered. With an arm slung over his shoulders, Garrett pulled him fully onto the balcony and past his elder brother. Nonsense. I feel much better guarded with you close and enjoying the fresh air. Stopping before Arista, Garrett beamed. Corvin, this is Arista, my beloved. Arista, this is Corvin. We grew up together, trained under the captain of the guard as well. Where is Dunrick? I want him to meet her as well. Probably yelling at someone, Corvin replied. Arista extended her palm, mimicking the prince's. Corvin took it gently. She squeezed, hard. His eyes widened. Strong woman, he said with startled admiration. She will give you strong children. What this version strengthens, Garth's insecurity reads louder without him saying anything new. Garrett's interruptions are polite but dominant, especially in how he redirects attention. Corvin's entrance feels like a return to authenticity. The air changes when he arrives. Arista's mirrored handshake quietly confirms she belongs here. If you want next, we can see jealousy in Garth during the Corvin moment, or deepen Arista's emotional beat as she watches Garrett reunite with someone who truly knows him, or tighten this further for KU pacing. The scene is doing excellent structural work, happy to keep refining. So, this puts me firmly where I wanted to be at for this pass. C, Control V. Yeah, it's exactly where I wanted to be at. Not quite at 50% for this chapter. Like I said, I'm doing a minimum of 30,000 words. No, 3,000 words. 3,000 words per chapter. Between 3,000 and 4,000 is what I'm shooting for. This is a chapter 2. I don't want to bog it down or make it too much. Also, there's character bloat. I really got to watch that. So far, I've only introduced one new character, and that's just during this balcony scene. And this balcony scene is running long, considering how much more I have going on. I may actually be adding a chapter, just with how long this is taking. But I do need to wrap this up, because this 2.5 pages, 3.5 pages. This is just scene 1. I have 11 scenes planned for this. So this is Yeah. This chapter is going to have some bloat if I don't cut it. But I like that I slipped in Corvin. I don't know. Corvin's a fun character. I've watched The Mighty Nine like twice now since it's been out. At least twice, maybe more. Especially for some episodes. And it kind of got me falling in love with half-orc characters. So, yeah. But what time is it? 12:11. Yeah, it is. It's time for me to take a little breaky poo. I'm going to eat lunch, walk the dog, and then I need to focus on some artwork. That's where I need to be at. But I still got one more part for the balcony that I want to add, where Galen needs to be prodded by Jocelyn into saying hello to his brother. And then I can move on to the feast. I might have to make a chapter break in the middle of the feast. I don't know. We'll see how long this goes. But I like this part so far. I'm really happy to get Corvin into the story as quickly as possible. He's not a major player, but he serves as a nice juxtaposition between authenticity. Garrett doesn't have to put on airs, and he struggles to put on airs with anybody. That's something kind of revealed in the first book. It's really not his jam. So yeah, but 1,237 words. It's not bad. It's decent so far for today. Hopefully I get more in. But that's good for a day, I guess. It's pretty minimal. Before they could go on, Galen stepped forward with Jocelyn prodding at his back. Pardon me. Alright, I'm going to make lunch. I haven't had a proper meal yet today. I've had the Little Debbie oatmeal cookies. Maybe two, maybe just one. But I need to eat something, make a proper sandwich or leftovers. I should have leftovers. Yeah. Alright. So, peace out. Appreciate you people. I'll be back later. I'm pretty happy with what happened here today, though, so far. I want to keep working on this, but I really got to work on my cover for book 1. So, like I said, shooting for release on Friday. Got to finish the artwork. Don't have to finish the artwork. I can release it without it, but books sell better with pictures than they do with words and good fancy descriptions. So I'll be back. Thank y'all. Peace. Keep it real.